Hi guys, and welcome to the State of Crypto, your one-stop source for all crypto-related news. I'm your host Martin, and this is episode 224, Technical Analysis Edition. Now, if you're catching this stream live, welcome, and if you're catching the replay and have any suggestions for us, please leave us a comment below. We really want to know what you're thinking. Now, if you want to be up to date with the latest crypto-related news, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, that bell, so you're notified when we go live. Those are the things that are going to pop up right there. And if you want to keep on chatting with us once the stream is done, you can join us in the Discord. Links in the description. But also the I'm a little bit more active on Twitter, right? That's not in the description. There's no news tonight, so there's no links down there. I will cover just one article that I found out prior to the stream started. I haven't even read it. It's from Cointelegraph, and I just really the title really pulled me in, and it's something I want to share with you guys. So, I hope you're having a great Sunday. I hope you're having a great time. I hope you're setting up your trades properly. I ended up going at Bitcoin near my entry point. I had my entry point at 7,500. I've gone in at 7,530, somewhere around that area, on a pullback that the market hit. And am I happy that I'm going in? Not really, man. I do believe the market might go down. We do have divergence, but I'll talk about that once we get onto the Bitcoin part of the analysis. So, without further ado, I'm going to switch over to this little screen where we do all the magic and everything happens. Twitter's going out right now, guys. So if you want to join me there as well, you can catch up with me there. And let's jump onto this, right? So this is Samson Mao, Bitmain S17 and T17 Antminer has high failure rate. Failure rate for those miners are between 23 and 30% when they should be around 30, I believe, or sorry, 5. Yeah, 5%. Anyways, that's according to a April 26th tweet from Samson Mao, and the chief strategy officer for Blockstream, a Bitcoin miner group, or Bitcoin miners. User figures from the world's largest manufacturer of cryptocurrency mining equipment have been reporting technical issues. Now, apparently, the problem is that like the fans have been falling off, right? The heat sinks, have been falling off, causing the machines to short out. And in addition, users have reported problems with the power supply fans, right? Like I said, on the S17. So fans and heat sinks, right? So that's causing hit problems and just making them crash, right? Now, it's bad that this is happening pre-halving event. Now, could it be due to bad manufacturing, or is it just that some of the components have not been properly assembled, or is it just something else that's happening, right? I guess we could call it an assembly failure. I don't know where these get assembled, but if it's China, and with everything that was happening, COVID, etc., I wonder if this is just recent, or if it's something that's just been happening in the past, but it's a problem that just popped up. Anyways, that's it for this. I'm gonna jump on to the actual technicals. Let's look at the total market cap. Yesterday we gained a little bit more, right? Gained 1.85%. So again, we still climbed here, and then we're still tracking this strong bearish divergence. Right now, gaining also 0.43, sitting at 219.48. Now, Bitcoin dominance. That's 219.48 billion, right? Bitcoin dominance at 64.67%. Yesterday gained 0.18. Today's gaining 0.05%. Bitcoin sitting at $7,737 and 1 cent, 7,735.00. So I went in around this area, right? 7,530. That's what I'm gonna call it at, but it was really more close to 7,530 change, right? I think somewhere around 71, etc. But around this area. Now, this is what I had set up, enter at 7,500. I did go in again on this small pullback the market did. It'll just happen a couple of times throughout the day. 2 small spikes to the downside that hit that target. Went in on the second one. Now, I am placing my stop loss at 7,400, right? That's not a lot, right? Considering when I went in. But where the price is at right now and where I'm in, I think I'm about a little bit over 3%, right? A little bit over 3% for my stop loss. Now let me open up my trusty calculator. Price is 7,734. Yeah, I believe I'm like 3 and change, right? Man, I'm probably switching stuff here on the screen. I'm not sure. I hope I didn't switch anything. And you can still hear me. I forget that I have stuff behind it to my key. Right, so that -1. There we go. So I like 4%, right? 4.31%. That's what I'm setting up my stop loss at. Yeah, it's a little bit tight. I'm happy with it, right? I am not willing to take a big hit on Bitcoin right now, particularly because we're near the 200, and I'm willing to ride it to the upside, right, and get to that 200 level, but then see where it goes from there. Now I'm gonna switch off to this chart where we usually look at stuff. As you can tell, we climbed again, and we're still climbing today. So I'm just gonna place it to where we're at. And like you can see, we're still developing this strong bearish divergence against the MACD. Nothing against the RSI, sitting bought at 62.56. Now, like I said, we do have overhead resistance coming in at the 200 also, right? And like I told you guys, I ended up going in, so I'm happy. Happy but concerned, right? That 200 right now, it's at $7,976. Now we're very close to it. Getting above that could certainly put us on the bull trend, and we might see a bounce if we confirm being above that. But again, I'm still gauging what I'm gonna do here, how I'm gonna ride it, and how much I'm gonna still increase my stop loss. Now, the stop loss I just placed it to today to right now. Surprise! It's just, like I said, it's around 4%. But for my entry point, it's much less, right? Like maybe 2%. But again, like I said, I'm writing this. Placing a tight stop loss. I don't want to take a big hit, and like I said, I'm looking for the upside, right? So we know 8,000 could be a resistance area where we might try to pull back, or you know, sorry, change that track, it was too slow. And really wanting to see how this is gonna play out for Bitcoin, right? I'm willing to ride it to the upside. I'm maturing the risk, and you know, when we get to that 8,000 area or the 200, I'm gonna be monitoring like a hawk for rejection. And if I notice rejection coming in, I'm probably gonna take a profit. Otherwise, I might just if I see it's gonna go higher, I'm just gonna ride it out, right? Like I said, overbought right now on the RSI at 62.63, 62.68. Sorry, not overbought, but bought at 62.68. Let me go to the 4 hour. 4 hour. Last thing we called was divergence. That was on the 23rd. We did ride it to the downside ever since we just went higher, but as you can tell, right? Like, I'll go from here to here. We're starting to develop. And again, we are starting to develop this divergence, right? It's not set in stone. We don't know for sure if it's going to play out yet. We're just starting to develop this divergence, right? That is going to be strong bearish against the 4 hour, right? We just have this new green island that's coming in, and that's what we're going for, right? That's what I'm saying going in. I'm not feeling too strong about the position. This is starting to develop, so we can still run up and, you know, kind of negate this. I'm not sure if we're going to make that much strength, that much positive momentum to get up there. But again, I'm measuring. I'm trying to see how much risk I'm going to be taking on this position. I just opened on Bitcoin, and we'll see from there, right? Anyways, bought on their side at 67.68. Strong bearish divergence developing. So watch out for that. Now onto the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, something that we also have, right, is this divergence. You can tell, right? We're going lower. And before I move on to something else, on the MACD, we're also going lower, right? And here we're also going lower, and here we're going higher, right? So again, we're creating this strong bearish divergence also on the 1 hour. So again, price action to the downside. We have it on the 1 hour, on the 4 hour, and on the daily. So again, we're congruent on all three time frames that we usually look at. And that's something that's keeping me a little bit worried. Now, like I said, I ended up going around here. We did hit it a couple times, right? So that was yesterday, that's today. And I ended up going in here on the bounce on the way up. And I'm happy with that entry, right? Now, like I said, we're bouncing to the 20. Again, I was watching here for a drop. I was really worried it was going to drop, and I was going to have to close my position sooner. But again, took the bounce, waited for it. You know, it played up. Especially got really nervous when it got below the 20. But, you know, just waited, went with it. And, you know, took that bounce, and that's good, man. I'm happy with where the price went. I'm happy how it's played out. Right now I'm concerned about the divergence, right? The 20 would be at 7,500, 7,650. It could still be a good exit, right? If I do believe this is going to be tanking from this divergence that we have on the 1 hour and probably go lower than 7,530, I could potentially be exiting earlier than my stop loss. And that is just so that I can take some profit, and it would just basically cover at some point in time the market or the exchange fees. But I might take very little profit. But again, if I do believe it's going to go lower and I can go in at a better price and have a stronger position open, meaning I have more Bitcoin or buying more Bitcoin or Sats, then I would be willing to do that, right? Anyways, right now, bought at 61.92 on the RSI. Let's go on the weekly because we just closed the week. Now, the week closed very strong. I'm going to look at the weekly in another chart. I just have too much stuff going on this one. Right? And something that we had was a strong divergence, right? This strong bullish divergence that we developed on the weekly, it played out to this nice price action to the upside that we've seen. I kind of talked about this a while back. And something that I do like about this, right, is that we're going to start making positive momentum. Now, with that positive momentum, we could get sort of a spike like this. I'm not going to say we're going to get the same spike, but we could certainly, from here, we might try to rally a little bit more. Maybe the 10,000, 90,000 areas wouldn't be too far-fetched. Even 9,000 would be fine, right? So again, that's one of the reasons I'm opening my position. Something else I'm noticing is that last week we rejected the 20 on the weekly. And right now, we seem to have rejected the 20 on the weekly. So that makes me wonder how strong the 20 is going to be as a area of resistance, right, on the weekly. So again, we might just like go above it and below it, but until we close above that, we could be talking about bearish territory, right? Bearish terms, or looking bearish at the market. Now the 200 here, it's like way off, man. Did I switch to 200? Yeah, I did. I just didn't show it, man. I was like, hell's no, man. I can't show it. There you go. I don't think we have 200 weeks, that's why. Maybe we do. I mean, but for some reason it's not showing, right? Maybe on this chart, I'm not sure we have 200 weeks of data. And that's probably why it's not showing. But I do believe we do have it, man. It's just weird that when I went to the 200, it just didn't want to show anything, man. It just removed the Bollinger Bands. Maybe too much data. I'm not sure. Anyways, hey, Bitcoin Jake, how's it going? Hi, pumped. Good, man. Good. Bitcoin went up. So, again, a lot of stuff going up with it, right? Like I said, I opened my position on Bitcoin again. Yay! Spotify ads. I opened my position on Bitcoin, so I'm willing to see how it's going to ride out. I was looking right now at Bitcoin at 20, right? Looking at that, we rejected twice, the 20, once, twice, right? I was trying to set up, like I said, I placed a very tight stop loss. I do have it here as this orange line at 7,400. My entry was here at 7,530. Actual entry was on this chart, 7,530.71. That's the price I went in. We have bearish divergence on the daily. Strong bearish on the 4 hours, right? Starting to develop, though. This is a new positive momentum. So like I always said, right, we have to keep on tracking because this can still go on developing, and we have to see how it develops. We're just making the first green candle. And now we also have on the 1 hour strong bearish, right? So again, chance this could still go on developing and break down, maybe hit the 20. And like I said, if it goes to the 20, I'll maybe watch it and see if I keep my position open or if I close it. Anyways, that's it for Bitcoin. I'm going to move on to Ethereum. What is happening with Ethereum dominance? Yesterday, it lost 0.20. Today, it's losing 0.49, sitting at 9.96%. Drop soon. Fatty, I'm not sure, man. I do believe we could get a pullback on the divergences that I'm looking at on the 1 hour, right? Strong bearish, right, from one island to the next. Now, this is still on developing, right? But again, strong bearish right now. On the 4 hours, strong bearish. New positive momentum island starting to develop. So yeah, those would be indicators of price action to the downside. And then on the daily, we also have strong bearish, right? And we have this green island that's just been there forever, man, right? I think it's even longer than this time frame. This was from February to March 20th. So February 12th, February 15th to March 20th. Almost a month and 5 days. This has been going on from March 21st to April 22nd. Also a month and 5 days, right? So more or less the same time. I mean, we're still going to make positive momentum for a little bit. But I'm wondering if this is going to be enough to start stalling at this area. I opened my position at 7,530, like I said. I'm going to write it up. watch it close to 8,000, right? Or this resistance that we have here. I do believe it's a 618, yeah, at 7,969. Also, we have the 200 near that area, right? The 200 simple moving average. It's at 7,976. And then snap. I did something I didn't want to do. There we go. And then on the weekly, right, we faced resistance twice at the 20. And I'm going to show it on another chart because, see, at the 20, right now the 20 is at 7,850. So we have a resistance in their area, right, 7,850, 7,995. This is not the chart, 7,969. So we do have a lot of resistance overhead, right? Now, getting over the 200 would certainly put us back on the bull trend. And we should watch and wait to see what's going to happen there. Now, all this looks very messy because I'm looking at it on the weekly. I'll just put it on the daily and it'll look better. Like I said, concerned about what's going to happen once we get to this area. All right, a lot of resistance, potential price action to the downside. We're seeing that. So it could be one of those places where we come touch the 200, right? This is the 20 though, but we come touch the 200 and reject. That's why I'm playing it close. That's why I set up my stop loss very tight at 2% for my entry, or somewhere around 2% for my entry. But right now it's around 4% from where the price is at. And I'm happy with that. I'm not too worried about that. Like I said, if this comes near the 20, I'm probably going to be looking at my position and determine whether or not I'm going to exit. And that's the 20 on the 1 hour, right? Right here at 7,600. If I do believe it's going to break it here and go down, I might close my position, see if it drops below my actual, or where my entry was, and try to increase my position by going in again at a lower price. Otherwise, you know, if I see it's going to bounce at the 20, or it looks like it wants to bounce, I'm just going to leave my position open and see where it goes. Like I said, the market has not been too clear with the signals, right? And we do have the halving event, which could be bullish. It's coming in next month, so we could probably start seeing the price go up on that. But also, you know, right now we have divergence. We have all these, you know, Europe starting to activate. I know Spain starting to let people go out in the streets and kind of start leading a normal life again. China starting to activate, or started to activate a little bit back. And now we're just waiting on Americas, right? U.S., Mexico, Latin America, etc., to like start reactivating slowly. So all this slow reactivation of the economy could certainly be a bullish factor for price actions to start increasing, right? Because people are going to start feeling safe again. People are going to start feeling like, you know, if you were able to keep your job during this pandemic, you're probably going to be, or you maybe afford to save some, and you're probably going to put in some investment and catch price action to the upside, right? So it could be we could start seeing an influx of money into the market, not just crypto, but stocks, etc., right? Start to reactivate the whole economy. Although they could take longer, right? It could take months because there's still a lot of people unemployed. There's still a lot of doubts as to where the economy is really going to go, with how it's been hit, right? Full measure of how the economy was hit has not been measured, but it's still going on. So again, you know, there's many things going on, economy, political. You know, with COVID, with the halving event, you know, fundamentals. So right now, like I said, there is stuff that's saying price action to the downside here. Strong bearish, right? Still developing. Strong bearish, still developing. And strong bearish, still developing, right? But again, still have to wait for this to play out and see where we go, right? This could still bounce a little bit higher, right? We might still try to hold to this divergence, right? And then we could probably end up tracing it to there, and you know, we can still have divergence. So again, really waiting for this to play out before we actually call it. So I'm watching Bitcoin like a hawk. Like I said, I'm gonna be probably setting up a lot of alerts overnight because really it seems like it wants to tumble. That's it. Let's go back to Ethereum on the daily. Anyways, with Ethereum, right? What do we said again? Divergence. We have it still, right? It's bearish. Now, do we have it on the MACD? I think we just killed it. 64, 65. We just killed it on the RSI. We just have it on the MACD. Strong bearish. Price action to the downside potentially. Again, above 193. I'm having gone in. Sitting right now at 198.01. Right? Dollars. So let's go to the 4 hours. On the 4 hours, where we at? Going slightly higher. We had divergence. Price action to the downside. We did hit here. 193. Held it like champs. Managed to go higher. But again, we're going higher. Right, on the 4 hours, and this is gonna be. I get a feeling this might be across the market, right? Because we saw it with Bitcoin, And you know, we're going lower, right? And even from here to here, going higher, right, in this shorter term, and then going lower as well, right? So again, strong bearish divergence developing on the MACD, on the RSI, just on a more shorter term. But again, potential price action to the downside. We're seeing this pressure for downwards price. Sitting bought at 65.59. Now let's go to the 1 hour. Where are we at? Again, we had divergence, price action downside, came, touched the 20, bounced, held 193, which is good. Now this happened overnight. Again, we were looking for price action to downside. We still moved down. Negative, more negative. Again, nothing there. I'm looking for something here, right? Looking for divergence, and we do have it, right? From here to here. Just gonna make sure this is gonna be on the 1 hour anchoring there. Man, I ate a really spicy sauce tonight for dinner, man. I'm not sure if my stomach's gonna be good overnight. I'm gonna it's gonna kill me, man. I can feel like the heartburn. Maybe I had too much. It was really good, man, but maybe I had too much vinegar on it, and you know, it's making my tummy feel weird, man. Anyways, higher high, positive momentum, less positive momentum, strong bearish. Price action to the downside. We did get that movement down again, managing to hold 193, trying to rally. But you know, Ethereum. Where did Ethereum reject today? At 9 a.m. on the 200, right? High 200, spot on. Drop from there, man. Legs got chopped. It just went downhill from there, man. Not good. Not good for Ethereum, man. Not good for Ethereum. Now, we're looking for price action to the downside, potentially. Maybe test a 20. If we fail, again, 193 would be a good target to aim for. Neutral on their side, 58.48. Let's go to XRP. What is happening when we get the XRP? Yesterday lost dominance, 0.75. Today gaining 0.41. Sitting at 3.98% of market cap. Not good for XRP. Price for XRP 19.865. Now where are we at? Finally got above 19.758, right? Which is an area that we were looking to get out of. Finally moved up. Again, we have do we have divergence? Not yet. High, lower high, positive, less positive. High, lower high. Neutral on their side, 57.83. Nothing happened here that really is telling us where the market's going to go on the daily. So let's go into the 4 hours. We had divergence, bearish price action downside. We didn't move down. Managed to hold this area. Bounced at the 20. Right, rejected. Bounced again. Finally getting above 19. That's good. I didn't want to use that tool. There we go. Right, something that's concerning, right? Now, this starting to develop also on the 4 hours, and I just forgot to anchor. So I gotta anchor now, man. I gotta anchor, man. There we go, man. Let's anchor quickly on the XRP. On the Sharpay. There we go. What's happening with XRP, right? We're anchoring right now. High, higher, high on the price. Positive momentum, less positive momentum. Starting to develop. Watch out for that. High. Lower, high on their side, lower on their side, strong bearish divergence. Again, starting to develop. Let's wait for it to develop, right? This positive momentum. Now we can finish anchoring to where it goes, and we'll see where we go to. Right, we know we have XRP resistance at 20.33. We also know we can probably come up here at 22, but we also have resistance here at 21.281. And you know, that is XRP on the 4 hours. Let's go bought on their side at 62.53. Let's go to the 1 hour. Guys, if you like what we do, you know what to do. Hit that like, that bell, that sub so you're notified when we go live. You guys are amazing for being here on a Sunday night, man. We're a bunch of troopers, man. You guys really, really are into crypto. You're crypto maniacs. That's a good thing, man. High, higher high, even higher high. Positive momentum, more positive momentum, and even more positive momentum going with the market. On the other side, same thing, right? High and higher. So again, good. Nothing bearish. Again, if we break down, it's because the market breaks down. But right now, it looks like it's climbing nicely. Bought on the RSI at 63.42. Nothing bearish on XRP, so nothing indicating price action to the downside. I'm waiting for this to play out a little bit more. Now let's go to Litecoin. Litecoin on the daily. Yesterday lost dominance, 1.43. Today's gaining 0.26. Sitting at 1.32% market cap. Price of Litecoin, $44.97. Yesterday we gained, today we gained. We're slightly higher than the previous one. We're making more positive momentum. 38, 45, yes. But less than here. Again, nothing that is bearish here yet. Still waiting for this to finish developing. Nothing on the daily. Let's go to the 4 hours. On the 4 hours, divergence, price action to downside. We move down, hit the 20, we bounce. We talked about that. No positive momentum island starting to develop, so nothing to chart to. Now this is very slight. A movement to the upside or a small pump on Litecoin would certainly probably have us start targeting bearish divergence. Bought at 60.95 on the RSI. Let's go to the 1 hour. Last thing we called divergence bearish, price action to downside, it was yesterday. We did move down, managed to rally, hit the 20, rejected it. Not going quite as slow, but slightly lower. Very, very slightly lower, man. So for this, I'll go from one island to the next, and that is very valid for divergence tracing. Actually, that's the best way to do it. You can still have it within the same island, but you just run the risk that it's not going to play out as strong, or it's not going to play out at all. Right? So now we have it from one island to the next. Low, lower low, negative momentum, less negative momentum, strong bullish divergence, getting that nice pump coming in. Failing at a 20, trying to go lower, but, you know, rallying up. That's good. That's what we would expect to see. Getting above the 20 right now. Do we have divergence? High, lower high, even more positive momentum, yeah? I'm trying to look for the divergence that broke us down. This was what took us down. Then we're starting to rally again, but we don't have nothing going on, right? All this is just congruent with the market. So let's wait and see how this keeps on building up for Litecoin. Right now, sitting at $45 on the dot. And let's move on to Binance. Neutral on the RSI at 56.40. Binance dominance yesterday. Oh, what happened yesterday with the dominance? Yesterday we lost dominance, 1.02. Today, losing 0.09. Sitting at 1.17% market cap. The price of Binance, $16.47. Now, again, slight less high, right? So high, lower high in the price. Positive momentum. Less positive momentum, high on the RSI, lower on the RSI, neutral at 59.39. Nothing happening on the daily. Let's go to the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, last thing we called was bearish, price action to downside. We did move down, hit the 20, bounce from there, hit the 20 again, taking a new bounce. Tightness of the Bollinger Band starting to come in a little bit, but not too much. Now, something that we can all see very likely, and I hope you guys can see this now, or you're getting used to seeing these things, because it's not that hard to look at it, and really, if you try to figure out where the market might go. Right, we're having this. Now, do we have it here? No, here we're going slightly higher, which is fine. Now, from here to here, we could say we're going sideways. I'm not going to call this second divergence on the other side, but right now we have, because it's still developing, right? But again, we do have strong bearish divergence against the MACD, and that is potentially targeting prices to the downside. Again, downside would see us probably bounce at the 20. Let's see how that keep on playing out for Binance. Let's go to the 1 hour. So here, sitting bought on their side, 62.03. On the 1 hour, man, what's happening? 156, 14. Yep. All right, cool. So on the 1 hour, right? It's very quick as well. Going up high on the price, right? Higher high. Going from here to here, slightly less, right? There you go. Slightly less positive momentum, and also lower on that RSI, creating strong bearish divergence, potential price action to the downside. Now that's something that we're looking for as we target price to the downside. We did hit down, we bounced at the 20, or around the 20. Right now we're trying to rally, but you know we still have this downwards pressure coming in. Let's wait and see how this keeps on playing out. Wouldn't be weird if we retested the 20 again, but neutral on the RSI at 57.30. Now Bitcoin Jakes hit Hive, so we're gonna go look at Hive. On the daily, man, Hive had a very nice run yesterday, man. 79%, bro. That is insane. I don't know why Hive is pumping so much, man. That is so weird. I mean, we do have technicals, but nothing suggesting anything that's strong, man. Now, it wouldn't be weird for us to start getting pullbacks at these prices, man. It's insane. From 11 cents all the way to 89 cents, man. That is so freaking crazy, man. That's a good move. Now, way overbought at 89.04. Let's go to the 4 hours, man. On the 4 hours, we have anything here? No, we're going higher with more positive momentum. On the RSI, you can see we're starting to tumble on the RSI, right? Going much higher. And going lower, right? So again, starting to make bearish divergence strong. So now we're starting to target things to downside potentially. Now let me play something else because why not, right? So we have divergence again against the RSI, nothing against the MACD. Against the MACD, we're going with the market. So again, if we move down, we're probably gonna head for the 20, which is at 50 cents, man. This is insane, the gains it had, man. We have not seen proper consolidation, right? Impulse up, even on the daily, it just impulse up, right? No proper downsloping consolidation. This, I hope, is not a pump and dump on Hive, man, because it's gonna be really bad, man. I'm not sure what Hive is doing behind doors right now, or behind closed doors. That would really merit that strong price action, to be honest. I haven't been following the news on Hive. Maybe I should start reading on them. And again, look at the technicals that we had. Way back here, we probably had divergence that warranted to the upside, but then after that, we just been targeting bearish, right? Bearish price action downside. We didn't move down. Now we were targeting bearish to here, and this from the 4-hour. Forgot to anchor on the Hive, right? That's what happens when you don't anchor. You have stuff come in and ruin your charts and make them look messy. There we go, anchor to the 4 hours. All right. So yesterday we're targeting bearish divergence, because we're going higher. But again, like I said, this was starting to develop, so of course it kept developing. We just went higher and we just kind of killed the divergence. That's why I left it in blue, right? Not in yellow like we usually chart stuff. Now here we do have that divergence developing, right? So going higher high, going much lower on that positive momentum, and much lower on that RSI, getting exhausted. Now moving for the 20 on the 1 hour, and that's fine. The question is, when we get to 20, are we gonna be able to hold it, or are we gonna reject? Now, sitting bought right now at 66.79, but that's gonna be it for Hive, man. I'm really not sure why they're pumping, man. I haven't looked at any news for them. I'm not sure what they're doing. So again, it could be a pump and dump. It's really weird, man. So that's gonna be it, man. That's gonna be it for tonight, I guess. I gotta open my Hive account and start posting my videos there. I kind of stopped posting on Steemit after they forked, but I should just do my Hive, man. Not because of what's at right now, but you know, because I like posting on Steemit and on Cinnamon. I also have stopped posting on Cinnamon, so I should go back and post there. Usually when I have technical analysis videos, I don't post in those channels. Mainly when I have news, I do. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for tonight. Thank you for joining us tonight for an awesome stream, right? Hope you're having a great Sunday. I hope we have a great beginning of the week tomorrow. Again, wish you the best to you, to your families. This is Ditto Crypto. I'm your host, Martin. It was a pleasure being here with you guys tonight, this awesome Sunday night. Hope you have a great time. I'm not gonna look at any other markets right now, like silver and gold, even though they already opened. There's silver real quick, starting to take a bounce. There's gold starting to take a drop. Again, probably gonna head for this area, test it. Now, the only thing that I could look at was the US 30, and other than that, I'll just like very quickly look at it. US 30, where's it at? Starting to climb, right? So again, tomorrow possibly opening positive for the stocks. Now that's it, man. That's it for everything, right? Yeah, Dow, Neo, yeah, that's it. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching this amazing stream. Yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow, right, for another edition of State of Crypto. Until then.